Don't mess with Texas. Lawmakers in Austin are considering 5 separate pieces of legislation intended to stop federal encroachment on Texas sovereignty.
Joining us live to talk about the bills and their chances of being signed into law, Fort Worth area State Representative Phil King. Representative, I think one of the ones that has gotten the most attention, of course, is the one that would ban TSA employees from groping people at airports. Any chance that withstands a challenge by the federal government?
Well, I don't know. You know, my wife is 5 for 5 this year on being pulled aside by TSA. Once when she was escorting 3 grandchildren, 4 and under, through the line, and the other time when she was escorting her 84-year-old blind mother and taking her to a family reunion in Colorado. So, you know, I think it'll lead to a lawsuit. I hope it'll lead to a lawsuit. And that's, frankly, the only way we're going to be able to push back and get some changes, I'm afraid, is that if we challenge these things, take them to the Supreme Court and continue to hammer 10th Amendment, 10th Amendment, 10th Amendment.
Wow, 5 for 5. Those are amazing odds for your wife, that's for sure. What other bills are out there as well, Representative?
Well, we've already passed several. We passed one that was just calling on Congress to do a balanced budget amendment the same way that Texas has, same way that Texas does. We have a health care compact, which would allow us to enter into agreements with other states and basically take control of Medicaid and health care dollars rather than having the federal government tell us how to spend those. Let Texas design and other states design our own system. We have another one that's kind of a comical thing, but it's really neat. We all are having to switch to these new light bulbs that are inefficient, expensive, and dim. And this simply says that if a light bulb is manufactured in Texas and sold only in Texas, it's exempt from interstate commerce, and we can use whatever kind of light bulb we want that's made here.
Well, that seems like the one that might have the most chance of surviving any kind of legal challenge.
I think so, because it is a common sense approach to interstate commerce, because the way they generally reach out and touch us from D.C., of course, is saying, well, that's in interstate commerce. So if you're buying a light bulb manufactured in Ohio, it's interstate commerce, and they can control it. So if we can do it all in Texas, it gives us a reasonable claim.
I mean, you have to wonder if other states are going to sit up and take notice, say, look what Texas is doing and has done.
Well, I hope so, and other states are already doing so. This healthcare compact has already been passed by other states, and none of these actually works. In other words, you can't say, hey, if we do this, then we're going to get that control back from the Fed. But the hope is that as we continue to try to pass things, and if other states continue to do things, eventually we're going to force either Congress to let go, or we're going to force the Supreme Court to begin to recognize that, hey, we've got to take a different look at the 10th Amendment and its state sovereignty.
It does seem to have been an abandoned amendment to the Constitution. We thank you so much for talking with us this morning. State Representative Phil King from the Fort Worth area.